So I just did a reading where I was talking about somebody's energy. They feel like they've been left out in the cold, but now that I've delivered that message, it's switched over to the person, the other party, like the person that's dealing with somebody who feels like they're left out in the cold. So if you have recently like closed a cycle with someone or walked away from an energy that was not able to fully show up for you, who was probably more like independent, who really feels like relationships are more like a burden, then this might resonate with you. So your energy feels like you've just closed out a cycle, like a major cycle. And this eclipse energy, like all of the recent full moons and the cosmic alignment of what's been happening over the last, I'm hearing 6 months, is really like it's coming to a close for you. You are not the same. You are not the same as you were 6 months ago. You may recently like be feeling like you're like that energy that you were dealing with, it feels like it's either fallen away or it's further away, I'm hearing. Like, and this person, they may be, there's definitely an emotional distance here, but they may even be like at a distance, like physically from you. This is somebody that you have not spoken to, that I'm just gonna say it, like, it's like, I want nothing to do with that. And it's not it doesn't feel like a lot of, I mean, there are hard feelings, but it's not in a way that's like mean necessarily. It's like you have, through the catalyst experience of this, come to a place of like real wholeness within and like a lot of self-love. But through the experience and like I'm just hearing like hard fought. I feel like so much is opening up for you right now. You might have an awareness of that, but I feel like you don't see like all the avenues that are now open for you as a result of all the work that you've done to be able to step away from that relationship. That relationship was really pulling you down. And you have an awareness of that now, because I feel like now you're like really standing tall and you can see the ways that you were like giving more than you needed to, than they deserved, than you really should have. And you did so for like a beautiful reason, in the name of love, because you are a deeply loving, a deeply connective person. But you want a relationship that is going to show up for you and that can meet you there. So part of why like that experience had to happen was for you to see the ways in which, just because you're so strong doesn't mean that you want to have to be, that you want to like need to be that way in life. And probably the ways that you like overextend and overgive, and because you have such a high tolerance. But again, it's like, and now you see, like, it was really to show you so many things that you kind of weren't really able to see otherwise. And so there is like, I feel like a level of maybe self-forgiveness, or maybe just understanding that needs to happen, where you're like, okay, I can see why I did that, or I can see why this relationship, how it served me to be able to now step fully into my like true authentic self. I'm very clearly hearing you're never going to operate like that again. And you will never tolerate somebody treating you the ways that you tolerated being treated before. Not just by this person, but by other people in your life. So this relationship really helped to like break free from even other like toxic dynamics, whether that be with like parent figures or but also just with authority in general. It feels very expansive. Like I'm just seeing like open road and like driving in a car with your hair blowing back. Like there's a freedom that's coming. So I think if you have a tendency to, if you're still kind of spiraling at times on like what you've tolerated and the energy and like the walking away and what happened to you and the hurt, if I can invite you to like try to find that gratitude for the person that you've become, and just remember that like sometimes we do need to learn. Like a lot of times growth does happen through challenge. And that's nothing to be ashamed of or to be like hard on yourself for. It's just a fact of life. And so ask yourself, did I learn from this? And if you did, then that's it. Take the learning and apply it. I do have a sense that a new relationship is coming in for you. I feel like the next 6 months that is going to be unfolding. And actually, I'm feeling like this eclipse season is going to usher in like a new beginning. So I'm hearing like the next 1 to 2 months, like a new energy is opening up for you. It feels really nice. It's going to be a slow process because you're much more, I do feel like it's a guard, like you're coming at like relationships with a more guarded energy yourself, but not like having walls up, just kind of guarded, like, you know. And so wanting to take your time and like getting to know someone and not jumping into a relationship and not rushing the beginning process of like really learning somebody and letting them learn you. Not giving it all away so fast. Not letting your emotions like be the driver. You're coming at relationship now with a much more balanced perspective, approach. That feels really good. I mean, you've worked really hard to get to this place and you've had to put up with a lot of shit. So I just commend you for not letting it break you, like not letting it destroy you. You know, this is like Phoenix rising energy. I mean, you've really done a lot of work to be able to stand in your power. So good for you. That felt nice to tap into that energy. If you're curious about the other energy, you can look back at my other video, because it was more of like a dualistic, but it was much more tapped into their energy, which felt really heavy. But your energy feels a lot lighter. You're walking away, and you're doing so with your head held high. Good for you.